Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Sean todos ustedes bienvenidos a la clase de esta semana, en donde encontraremos un listening exercise. Para este listening exercise está dividido en tres pasos. Number 1. Copy the words of the list. En la siguiente diapositiva usted podrá ver dos grandes grupos de palabras, en el cual, dependiendo el tipo de restaurante en el que usted labore, cópielo por favor, sea este cafetería o restaurante. Number 2. Listen to audio according to your area. En la diapositiva número 3, ustedes van a tener dos audios, dividido para cafeterías y restaurantes. Por favor, escuche el audio según el tipo de restaurante que usted labore. Number 3. Draw a circle to the correct answer. Acorde el audio vaya pasando, usted por favor en sus apuntes, tome notas sobre las respuestas que vaya escuchando. En el banco de palabras salen unas sugerencias en el cual, acorde usted lo vaya oyendo, por favor enciérrela en círculo según esta sea correcta. Step number 2. This is the word bank we have for coffee shops and restaurants. Please copy. Okay, are you ready? On step number 3, we have the audio. Please pay attention and draw a circle to the correct answer.
Your bakery classics and turning them on their head and creating new dishes. Now we're gonna move on to some pancakes that are gonna be inspired by your favorite cinnamon bun. So now I'm gonna start by making the cinnamon sugar swirl. We started with some brown butter, and I'm gonna add about a half a cup of dark brown sugar. And then a couple of teaspoons of cinnamon. Whisk this together. This is what we're gonna actually pipe into our pancakes when we put them in the pan. I'm gonna add about a quarter cup of water. Just gonna get a little thick, a little syrupy. And the cinnamon is cooking, it smells great here. I wanna keep stirring it because I don't want the cinnamon to clump up, or the sugar. And a couple of tablespoons of cream. And you really have to let this cool to use it. Smells good though. Okay, so we have a little bit of warm maple syrup. I'm gonna pour it right over some softened cream cheese. This is gonna create our cream cheese glaze or frosting, basically what you get on top of a cinnamon bun. And this you wanna whisk pretty vigorously so it gets nice and smooth. Okay, let's make some pancakes. Let's start with 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. You know, I always have my recipes written down for batters and doughs, but you don't have to write them down, because all you need to do is go to foodnetwork.com/brunch, and the recipes are right there for you. 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and a half a teaspoon of baking soda. 3 tablespoons of sugar. A good pinch of salt. Mix these together, and then we're gonna get to our wet ingredients. A couple of eggs. One and a half cups of buttermilk. You could use regular milk, but I love the flavor of buttermilk, and also I think buttermilk makes for a more tender pancake. A little bit of vanilla extract. 3 tablespoons of melted butter. The melted butter is going to help make the pancakes a little golden brown on the outside. Now we're just going to fold the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients just until it forms a batter. Don't want to overmix them. Pancakes make me very happy. Such a good thing. Who doesn't like pancakes? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my brown sugar and cinnamon mixture and put it into a pastry bag so that when I put my pancakes into the pan, I can actually swirl it right into the middle of the pancake. So you can see it's kind of thickened up as it's cooled. Lots of delicious goodness in here. Cinnamon, brown butter, brown sugar, and a little cream. Okay. Let's start making some pancakes. I'm gonna get some butter going in my pan. So we're gonna put some pancake batter right into the pan. And I'm gonna spread a little bit. Let's cook for a second. We're gonna take our cinnamon and brown sugar swirl, and just swirl it right into the middle. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna let the pancakes cook on one side, get them nice and crusty, and then we'll flip them over really quickly on the swirl side down, just to kind of cook the top of it. But for the most part, you're gonna cook them on one side, say like 80% on one side, flip them over for another 20% of the time, and then we'll be done. I slowed down the heat a little bit so that they actually cook through without getting too brown on the bottom side. At the same time, we don't want it to get too crusty here. Here we go, ready? Count to 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They're beautiful. It's almost like you kind of slice the pancake in half and you reveal the cinnamon right there. We're gonna keep making some cinnamon bun pancakes. We've made a pancake batter and we just swirled the brown sugar and cinnamon mixture right into the pancake. Look how beautiful it is. Nicely caramelized, and it's actually part of the pancake, and it looks like a cinnamon bun, except it's a pancake. Who knew? Let's give some of these a taste. Really beautiful. I'm gonna chop some pecans, toasted pecans. And we're gonna take our maple and cream cheese glaze or sauce. And then a few of the chopped pecans. And let's get at it. You know, it really tastes like one of those glazed cinnamon buns with the cream cheese and the maple glaze on top of the bun itself. We have the cinnamon and the brown sugar running through that swirl. Such a cool idea.
Delicious, classic, lots of pasta, lots of meat, and it's baked in the oven. It is going to be so good. I'm starting on the meat mixture for the meatballs, and it's just brown chuck with some minced garlic, and then a third a cup of Parmesan cheese, a third a cup of seasoned Italian breadcrumbs, and then a little bit of cream and some beaten egg. To season it, I'm just going to add some salt and pepper, and then some finely minced oregano, and then I'll just go in with my hands. Lad and I actually don't really emphasize our birthdays very much, with the exception of last year. I turned 50 and he threw a big surprise birthday party for me. I've never had a surprise birthday thrown for me. I was a little bit shocked. I wouldn't have thought I would want a surprise party, but I wound up having the best time. Now, if I were to do that for Lad, I don't know how he would react. He does not like surprises. He doesn't like big parties thrown for himself. He's kind of a quiet cowboy. He doesn't like a lot of attention. So a birthday, just the two of us, is the perfect way for him to celebrate. All right, this is all smushed together. And and I'm gonna pinch a pretty generous amount. I'm making pretty big meatballs. Okay, I got it all smoothed out. So that's one meatball. I'm gonna make 9 more just like it. I'll put them on a sheet pan first. The next step is to get them into a skillet and brown them in a 1/4 cup of olive oil. You have to turn the meatballs so they cook evenly and give them an occasional shake. It takes about 5 minutes. Don't these meatballs look amazing? They're so brown around the edges. They're not quite cooked all the way through, but they will have plenty of opportunity to do that. So I'm gonna move the meatballs to the edges of the pan and move forward with the sauce ingredients. In the center, I'll scrape in some diced onion and some more oregano and more garlic. So there's oregano and garlic in the meatballs themselves, as well as the sauce. This is Lad's idea of the perfect meal. He loves pasta, loves Italian food, loves cheese, and that is why I love Lad. We have a lot in common when it comes to the things that we like to eat. I'm a little more adventurous than he is, but what do you expect from a woman who's 2 weeks more mature than her husband? Okay, the onions, garlic, and oregano have been sauteing. They're already starting to get soft. So I'm gonna add a whole can of crushed tomatoes right in the center. And Lad and I can both handle a little spice in our life. In fact, at our advanced age, we need a little excitement here and there. Just kidding, we're young little sprites. And then I'm gonna add some water just to help make it saucy. I'm gonna crank up the heat just a little bit. So I'm just gonna let the meatballs keep cooking and simmer in the sauce until they're totally cooked through. Yep, this has Lad's name written all over it. I'm gonna turn the heat off under the meatballs and I'll grab the pasta. I'm just keeping it real classic and doing spaghetti. Sometimes if I'm making spaghetti and meatballs right before serving it, I'll put the noodles on a big platter and then carefully spoon the sauce over. It makes a really great presentation. But I'm just gonna mix the spaghetti and meatballs together in the skillet. Get the meatballs kind of on